everyone, and welcome to NetLab's Security Plus V4 Lab Series. I'll be doing a walkthrough for Lab 10, JavaScript Obfuscation and Dead Code Injection. As you can see, I have the lab already open on the left-hand side. To the right of me, I have the contents for the NetLab. I want to keep this open so that I can scroll through it and you can follow along with me through each of the steps. So on the content, if you scroll down to page 3, it lists out the objectives, which is perform JavaScript obfuscation and dead code injection. Then when we scroll down to the lab settings on page 5, it provides you the name of the virtual machine we'll be using, which is Ubuntu SRV. It also gives us an IP address, the account name, and the password that you need to utilize if you have to log in. So let's begin. Lesson 1.1, obfuscate the Node.js codes. To start this lab, you first got to log into the Ubuntu server by clicking on the tab on the top, one of the top tabs that says Ubuntu SRV. When you click that, that should go ahead and bring you to the virtual machine. You'll see the profile button for sysadmin. Just click on that and that'll open up the field for the password. And in that field, you're going to type in NDG in all capitals and then lab pass 123 and exclamation mark. And that should log in. As we're waiting for this to load up, you're going to see a menu on the left-hand side, and third icon from the top will be the terminal window. Just click on that to open it up. This is where we're going to start running our JavaScript obfuscator program. To start running it, you're going to type in JavaScript space obfuscator in the terminal and then just press enter. That'll launch it. It'll provide you all the different options that you can utilize in this program while it's running. Now on step 5, we're going to change to the directory. And to change it, we got to type in cd. We're going to then type in downloads and then /JavaScripts. Keep in mind this is case sensitive, so make sure you put the capitals where they belong. Then we hit enter, and that'll change the directory to downloads /JavaScripts. We're now going to go ahead and create a simple hello world page using an existing template. In the terminal window, type touch space server.js. This will create our JavaScript file. I'm going to hit enter. Now we're going to double check and make sure it was created. And to do that, we're going to see all the files that are listed underneath this folder. You do that by typing ls for list. Hit enter, and there it is, server.js, right in the middle. Now we need to add some coding to this file. And on step 7, it provides you the code that you need to apply. But to apply it, you need to open it up in a text editor. And for Ubuntu, we use Nano. So in the terminal, you're going to type out nano space server.js. The Nano window will open. So now that we can apply this code here, I'm going to type all this code out. Pause the video for a second while I type it all out, and you're going to see the end result. Alright, now since I'm done typing out that big block of code, I'm going to double check it, make sure I didn't misspell anything. I do that often. So far it looks good. They even give you an example so that you can color match the code to make sure, if something was misspelled here, it might change the color, or the color might not be the correct color. So since it looks good, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And to do that, you're going to hit Control S. It'll let you know how many lines you wrote, and then I'm going to exit out by hitting Control X. Now if I did this incorrectly, something's not going to work, and then I'll have to go back into the text editor and fix something. So I'm going to scroll down to part 9. where we're going to go ahead and start up the HTTP server, and to do that we're going to type out node space server.js. And now we're going to check if the web page works. So to do that, we're going to go to the Firefox icon on that left-hand menu bar. It's the first icon on the top corner. We're going to right-click on that and then select Open a New Private Window. Now when that window opens up, we're going to type in localhost in the address bar, :3000, because remember we set this to port 3000, and then we're going to hit enter, and that should bring up our hello world. There you go. So our JavaScript worked for our web page. Now we're going to go back to the terminal. So I'm going to close this out. And then here in the terminal, we're going to stop that server by hitting Control-C. Let's go down to step 14. I'm going to type out this following command to obfuscate the JavaScript in the JS server file. You're going to type it exactly how you see it, which is JavaScript -obfuscator space server.js space -- the output space server. I'm going to request more time before that ends. Okay. -obfuscator.js. That looks good. And then we're going to hit enter. Perfect. You can see where it says obfuscating file, which means that I typed everything out correctly to run the program. And now we're going to take a look and see what the results of that were. So to do that, you're going to type out cat space server -obfu.js and hit enter. Now you can see that everything is really meshed together and really hard to read, which it was the point of the lab. So you can go ahead and put it back to its original state, and to do that we're going to type in the command node space server space obfu.js and then hit enter. Now to revert it back. And then for our last couple steps, we're going to see the same thing as the last time. It is almost certain that the HTTP runs just fine. However, to be 100% sure, we're going to launch the Firefox private window once again and go to the localhost 3000 page. And it should say as it said before. So right click Firefox icon, open new private browsing, and then we're going to type in localhost in the address bar :3000. And as you can see, it still says hello world. Then we're going to go ahead and close the Firefox window. And we're going to go ahead and end that server, the HTTP server, by hitting Control-C in the terminal window. Alright, come back to our next video where we're going to go over lesson 1.2, obfuscate JavaScript on an HTML page.